Hello, friends.
Episode 638. Hello, Sarah.
630.
Ooh, this comes out on the day that I will be dancing to Billy Joel in Pittsburgh, PA. So excited.
Woo! That's right. Celebrating your birthday, yes.
Mm-hmm. Another year older and wiser.
Yes.
It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited.
Do you feel older and wiser? Like, do you feel wiser?
I feel wiser. I don't feel older.
Yeah.
I keep crying about stuff, though, because I keep being reminded of the passage of time, which makes me emotional, particularly with regard to my son. I don't like it one bit. There was a movie trailer that came out, I just saw today, called Lost Ollie, and it's about, basically, you know, my son's doll 99, the sheep. It's
yes, of course I know.
Yeah, it's about like a kid losing their favorite little animal, and I hated it. I was like, nope.
Now you made me panic. Where's Lammy?
See? I can't take it.
Suze.
The other day, I said to Lincoln...
but your baby is kind of like turning into... He's like a little boy.
Yeah, he's like a man. I hate it. And there was something he was doing the other day, and I'm like, maybe you should bring 99. And he didn't really react. And I go, do you not like 99 anymore? And he goes, excuse me.
Oh, thank God.
It was such a relief that he was offended by that.
Phew.
It's more that 99 has to be kept for safekeeping, you know, because he could disintegrate.
I do like that. I like this.
Yeah.
This is good. That's a good transition.
That's
good.
It's too much for me.
It's still special. You got to find the middle ground. It's not like he doesn't like him anymore.
No, it's like he treasures 99 so much.
Yes.
Anyway, who cares?
Yeah. Who cares? I care so much. This is very important. And I always thought it was very special that he loves 99, who is a lamb, and my stuffed animal is Lammy. And so they were both lambs. And, I think, you know, as so many baby toys are, since, you know, counting sheep, it's kind of a thing. But, like, you know, I just always loved that mine was a lamb, too.
I
remember showing him that.
Yeah, and he's a sheep enthusiast.
He is a sheep enthusiast.
We have a lot of sheep. We have so many over here. Anyway, I'll just dive right in if you can handle it. You know, I got stuff to talk about. It feels like it's been ages, I know, because you were at camp. And I was like making this list of things I wanted to get to.
We're just zooming right over your being another year older, another year wiser thing, and like having to like focus on your birthday and answer all those birthday questions. Like, what's the thing that you like look forward to most about this next year? And what are you like most proud of accomplishing over the past year?
We do that?
Suze, I have definitely asked you this when I've been in person with you, because I ask everybody this on their birthday.
What do I say?
Yeah, and every single time you're annoyed and hate it.
So I'm like in denial about it.
Yes, and it's been a while because we talked about this when we were at Dollywood.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Out on the porch. It felt very like I don't know, you know, sitting on the porch listening to the cicadas.
I do not feel physically older. I don't have any of the things that people talk about. I don't have that, like, I don't need readers or...
You haven't like done that thing where you like move your eye, hold something far away from you, like when you're threading a needle?
No.
I had those are some good eyes.
No, I haven't had that yet. I don't have any like aches and pains. I don't have anything, and I don't want to. And I'm really committed to maintaining my strength and fitness, despite absolutely hating anything to do with movement of any kind.
Like, even despite hating it, you still do it, and now you get to enjoy. What?
I figured out the perfect exercise, because I've had a routine for the last 5 years that I've been doing. But then I read this article about how sit-ups they're out. We don't do those anymore.
Okay.
This was in the Atlantic, and it was saying how, like, that's been sort of like the gym class, a calisthenics type of thing forever.
Yes.
But it contributes to back pain and stuff and neck pain. It's bad for you.
Yes, it does hurt my neck.
Yeah, so they said do planks, right?
Okay.
So I did. I swapped out my sit-ups for planks. And number one, I feel much stronger for it. But number 2, it's like the perfect exercise for me because you do nothing.
You do absolutely nothing for as long as you can. This is ideal.
It's totally
Susie.
ideal.
Susie.
Yeah.
That is a great slogan. Planks. Absolutely nothing for as long as you can.
And like you get a strong.
Yeah. Oh! Whoa! Whoa! If there weren't a reason to join Patreon to see the video version of that right there, Susie, you are ripped.
I feel strong, Sarah.
Can we get the rundown of what that routine is?
Well, the plank, my goal is to just plank for 5 minutes, and it's really,
plank
really
5
long.
minutes. I'm literally taking notes.
Like, it's really hard to plank for 5 minutes.
It's really hard to plank for 30 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I do 120 push-ups every day. And then I do a bunch of like leg lifts for my buns of steel.
Ooh.
That's it. That's it. It's under 10 minutes, this routine.
It's so amazing. See, it's all about consistency. My brother says that. You have to do the same thing every day for a year. And you've been doing that for like a long time.
But nobody listens to me. I want to be a life coach, but to tell
Susie,
the truth.
People are literally listening to you right now.
That's literally the only thing that I have is people listening to me. But they don't believe me, I think. That I'm like, no, it's seriously 10 minutes every day, though. Every day is the part people don't like.
Okay, I'm gonna do this.
Are you really?
This has been my... Yeah, well, this is my thing is I am really trying to, like, post-camp. I'm setting goals and, like, I really want to get in a more consistent routine because I know that I thrive with routine, and all the people that I look up to most, you being one of them, have consistent routines, and that is the thing that like is the common like thread between all of them and their balance in their life, both like physically, mentally, and emotionally. And
why do you think people don't really like routine? Because I really enjoy it, but I feel like some people hate it.
I think it may be a couple things. It can be what was modeled to you, who was the enforcer of the routine. I think that has a big thing to do with it. If the routine came from a source that also like made you feel like you didn't have any autonomy, then you could be fighting the routine, fighting that.
I never thought about that.
Because it means it's like connected to more things than that.
Gosh, that might be right because otherwise it's baffling to me. I'm just like, it's so comforting. Right. Why do these people resist it?
Because it's hard to.
Maybe people think it's boring. Maybe they hate the boringness. Yeah,
and there's a great quote that Virginia Satir says that she says the comfort. Oh my gosh, what is it? It's I'm going to get it wrong. The misery of certainty is more comfortable than the certainty of misery, or opposite way around, something like that. I'm saying it backwards. The certainty of misery is more comfortable than the misery of uncertainty. There it is. Woo! It took me a while. Yes. We are more comfortable with being certain that we're going to be miserable than being uncertain that we might be whatever.
Yeah. The unknown is very scary.
Yes, the unknown is very scary. That was, took me a while to get there.
That's why I think they would like routine.
Well, we would, but if routine is nothing, if routine is something you have never had before, then
that's funny.
That seems so unfamiliar that it's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's like saying, like, it's telling somebody there's a different way to function, and if you've been functioning that way your whole entire life, it's saying you need to give up the thing that has been keeping you going this whole entire time, and that is terrifying for people.
Ah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You have to trust something totally new, and, usually people who don't have a routine have not had things, systems, people, or whatever that they've been able to trust, which is why they don't have routines.
God, it's hard being a person.
No, it's so hard.
So hard. Oh, well, we're here. We love you. We're all going to be older and wiser, whether it's your birthday or not, because we're on the Brain Candy podcast, and this is the best show ever.
Yeah. That's right. Woo!
I know that for sure. Okay, I watched on HBO Last Movie Stars about Paul Newman and his lovely wife, Joanne Woodward.
Oh. Did they talk all about their delicious food company?
They talked a little bit about that, Newman's Own, the charitable.
Nobody makes a better Italian salad dressing, if you ask me.
I agree with you.
Oh, my gosh. Pour that over some red potatoes. Stick it in the oven at 375. Woo! That is so tasty. That was my mom's go-to.
I'll tell you what, though. When I watched it, it was 6-hour-long episodes.
Whoa! That's a lot of info.
It's a lot of Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward, and I've never seen even one movie that either of them have been in. And I thought, this is confirmation.
You've never seen a Paul Newman movie?
Never.
Stop.
Never.
Susie, some movies are very good. What about $1 Million Baby?
He was not in that.
Who the heck was that?
Wait a minute.
Clint Eastwood. You're right. I'm terrible. That's Clint Eastwood, isn't it? It is. It's not Paul Newman. You're right. It's Clint Eastwood. This is what I do.
I did see that, though.
Yes. So I just would like to point out that I do this with every single actor that there ever was. There will never, ever be a time I don't do this.
I love it. That is so funny. You're so upset, but then...
No.
But...
I'm like, that's not... Okay, Paul Newman.
He won an Oscar for The Color of Money. That was probably maybe the most famous with Tom Cruise. They play pool.
What about the one where he rides a motorcycle? Does he ride a motorcycle? Like, there's one where he escapes on a motorcycle somewhere.
Maybe.
Cool Hand Luke.
He was in
Cool Hand Luke. Paul Newman.
He was in
that one.
Have you seen that?
One. I have seen that because I had to watch it for a film class when I was in college.
Okay. Yes, he was in that. I have not seen it.
It was good. I remember him eating a lot of eggs.
Yes.
He ate a lot of eggs.
He did.
Yeah. It's. I'm not trying to make a joke, but I do like him more for his imitation Oreo cookies than I do for his acting.
I like him
and for his salad dressing.
I like him for his fucking face and body and everything. And he's half Jewish.
What?
As if I couldn't.
Oh, well, now
I could ask for nothing more.
Susie loves Paul Newman.
There's never been a more beautiful man, I think, on the planet.
Wow, Suze, I didn't know you felt this way about Paul.
I think everyone feels this way. I mean, he was just like almost otherworldly.
Oh.
He was beautiful like a woman is beautiful, where you like just want to stare at them.
Oh yeah, he has like enchanting eyes.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Right.
Hello.
It's just like, who is this person?
I'm Googling and I am a liking.
Yes. And he loved Joanne with all his heart. And anyway,
she's cute.
Just to watch 6 hours about these people that I don't even watch their movies, I thought this is confirmation that I will watch literally any documentary that exists because I'm not even invested in them. And here I am 6 hours later.
Kind of are. Did you like him this much before the documentary?
You mean to look at?
Well,
yes, I've always liked to look at him very much.
Yeah.
He's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And anyway, the thing that I took away from it that's relevant to this show, besides how beautiful he is kids are really kind of like a great equalizer because kids don't give a shit if you won an Academy Award.
That's
or
right.
Whatever you accomplish. And,
still roll their eyes at you. Yeah.
It's really hard to be a parent. Unfortunately, his oldest child with his previous wife, Scott, he died of an overdose. And Paul had tried to, save him and everything, but it was just it didn't work out. And you just think no matter what you accomplish, it's hard, as we say, being a person and maybe especially being apparent. And so it was really interesting to see that. And then just their love story is very beautiful because I think people had this impression that he's so good looking. And even though his wife was beautiful and she was a famous actress too, like there's always this sense, kind of like they are with like Hugh Jackman or I'm trying to think of other people who are with the same woman forever where there's like this like suspicion almost like why would he stay? Because people asked him, why don't you ever cheat? How do you stay loyal? And he famously said, why would I go out for a hamburger when I have a steak at home? And that's like the perfect answer.
Yeah.
But most people are just sort of suspicious of it almost.
I think people are suspicious of it if you value looks above all else.
I think they think all men do.
If you are a man that transcends that, like, cliche, then you like connect on a deeper level. And you know who else does that is God, from The Matrix, who everybody loves.
Keanu, yes.
Keanu Reeves.
Great example.
There you go. And don't you think that he is above all that? And like,
yes, and women love it, but men are sort of like, what the heck?
Yeah, and it really is an enlightened man. And like,
sees past the
it's
bullshit.
sad that there aren't a lot of them that we can like point to as examples, but there are a few that we can. And,
And it just makes them even more attractive.
I'm sure there are more. I'm sure there are a lot more. There definitely are. Oh my God.
But
those are the
she's
stories.
Gorgeous also. She's a gorgeous
Here's
woman,
the thing.
so
It's
anyway.
like people, I love to reference, there was a study that I read when I was in grad school that said it looked at what kept couples together. Like when you look at a couple that's been together for more than 40 years and they identified their relationship or like labeled their relationship as being successful and happy and like, both parties like were happy in the marriage. It was a good marriage. When are you most attracted to your partner was the question they asked, and like wanted to look at like, what is the thing that,
you told me this.
Attracts partners. Yes. And across the board, the answer was, I am most attracted to my partner when they are in their own element, when they are doing the thing that they love the most. It's like somebody pursuing their passion, or somebody being, experiencing joy, and being happy doing what they're doing, and just like living for them in a way. And it's never, because they looked really hot. So like we really need to change that idea that is what is important, or like, and like intimacy and sex may be, and like for a lot of people, the glue in the relationship or things that hold together, but nowhere in there is it good looks that hold the relationship together. Like that's not it. It's just
passion doesn't require that you look a certain way. Yeah.
Right. We forget that.
I don't have proof of this, but I bet you Joanne Woodward uses Function of Beauty.
I mean, we don't have proof, but
but she does have beautiful hair, and I would bet that she uses Function of Beauty, because Function of Beauty will send you a special custom recipe formula designed just for your needs.
It is my secret. I love it so much. And Suze, I broke away from my au naturel, don't dye my hair anymore, way, and threw some highlights in here. And so I'm back on the purple shampoo, and so glad I am. And I love that I have my Function of Beauty shampoo to mix it up when I need something like a little bit of color correction.
Yeah, whatever like your specific need is. Like if you have damaged hair, or if you dye your hair and you want to make sure it stays the right color, as Sarah said, you can just answer the quiz and they will make this special thing, and they'll be like, here you go. Here's heaven in a bottle. Say goodbye to generic hair care for good today. Go to functionofbeauty.com/braincandy to take your hair goals quiz and you'll save 25% on your first order. Go to functionofbeauty.com/braincandy to let them know you heard about it from our show to get 25% off your first order. That's functionbeauty.com/braincandy. Take your hair quiz, save 25% on your first order. Okay, moving on. So next up on the list, okay, there was an article that I read in Atlantic that, like, I didn't like the point. And I wanted to know if, I'm wrong, which I probably am, or not. It was, the title was, Why Do Rich People Like Silence? And the author was arguing
I saw this.
Did you read it?
No, I just saw it like this morning, and I didn't get to read it, but I would love a.
Yes.
Well, they were arguing that it was like gentrification that.
Yeah, there was a component arguing that the gentrification, like people say you're in Brooklyn where people of color used to populate in higher numbers, and then all the white people come in and they then try to impose like their culture or standards on the people that have lived there all along. But the article was not just about gentrification. It was about the expectations that in this article they were claiming it's rich people put on other communities to be quieter. Perhaps you remember when there were black ladies on that train and they were laughing really hard and other people were disturbed and annoyed and they wouldn't stop laughing. So then they got kicked off the train and they were like laughing while black was like the hashtag that they used that like this article argues that our comfort, white people or rich people or whatever, supersedes their joy. And this writer is saying, why is that? Why does your being comfortable, why is that more important than me expressing a joyful spirit or playing my music or whatever? So I don't love this argument.
I feel like this only holds up in an individualistic culture and not in a collectivist culture.
Which does?
Because I can, I don't see the relationship between being quiet and being rich in a collectivist culture where it would be just considered like rude or out of place to make a bunch of noise in a public area.
Yeah.
I try to think about like my time in Thailand or what it would be like in Japan or something like that. And so I think it has to do with maybe I do feel like that way about rules and regulations that are being put in place in areas where gentrification is going on. Like the example that I think of are like the parks in Los Angeles and different like noise ordinances or rules about when they can have there's one park where they changed the sprinkler schedule to then go off when it was a time where there were like kind of like what is basically that community's version of a farmer's market going on. And they made the sprinklers go off then, or they shut down the park at certain hours or things like that, which I felt like as somebody living in that area and driving past these things, I really felt like they were trying to, like the city was trying to like push certain people out or like affect other, like certain communities and not others. And so I can absolutely see those points, but I think it's not like universal. Like it doesn't work if you tried to make the same argument in a collectivist culture.
Because I think it was a man, but I actually don't know. The writer was arguing, that in Black and brown communities, there's a much more of a an expectation of expression, loud expression, musical expression, joyful expression, and that white people just assume, or rich people just assume, that they can dictate when and where that happens. But you know, during the pandemic, we've heard these arguments about masks and stuff like that, and they'll say like, you know, my body, my choice. Like, you can't tell me when to wear a mask, but people that want you to wear a mask would say, but it's contagious, so it affects me. I feel like that about noise. Noise infects airspace.
Right.
So courtesy, I didn't think it had to do with class or income or even race, really. But I'm a white lady, so I don't know.
There are also societal expectations. Like, different groups have different expectations of like maybe even social etiquette in like different places.
You mean like the movie theater?
Like every single place. Like, I feel like you could, like, church is another example. Like, I feel like when you go to white church, everybody's real quiet. That's what I think of. And you go to a black church and it's like super fun and you can like say things out loud. Weddings, like it's so I think there are certain things that are even culturally
true, but that's a communal space. Whereas if I'm in my apartment and your raucous laughter or boomboxing is in my apartment, I'm not happy.
Oh, I would totally agree. And I think the problem is everybody's living more on top of each other. Like, this is happening in places where this is like one of those things where it feels like the real problem is like housing and like how and urban planning and like how everybody's living on top of each other and you know, like those kind of, and how nobody can have space or land or property that is their own. Like that is more of, but then we're pointing at, this is like one of those, the ants are fighting each other, but we're not asking who's shaking the jar kind of things, you know?
Yeah. Cause he was
in the same way I felt about that whole list of the celebrities and their CO2 emissions and how like, oh, look at all the celebrities and how much they're wasting. I'm like, well, how much are the companies and the big like businesses and those kind of things?
Well, that's like the running joke like now about how like our paper mache straws are melting in our drinks while like all the corporations are the ones burning the planet down.
Right. We're like not looking at like what if we zoom out on this, what is this really like saying? Is this like talking about how we're like all living on top of each other. People don't have space. Maybe.
And it's like this writer was assuming that everyone's life looks the same. Some people have babies that are trying to go to sleep. You know, some people have different work schedules when they sleep at different times. Like, be courteous. It's not about money or race, but to him it really, or to him or her, it really was. And I was offended.
And also because when I think about when we were in Brazil, everybody was up super, super late and it was super loud, super late. And that was just like how it was. And it's like, yeah, this is like culturally how it is here. Regardless of income.
Mm-hmm. But they're a brown culture. I mean, they're brown people.
Right.
So maybe it is about race. And I'm thinking, no, this is just about etiquette. But that's because the default setting for me is white etiquette.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know, but I'm like worked up about it and I'm going to have to think about it. Because I am open. If I'm wrong, I want to know. But I really don't think I am.
Yeah. Like, what spaces we have to like define, like, what spaces are we talking about where it's like.
He used an example in his own apartment when he and his friends were listening to music and having a laugh. And then someone came to the door and was like,
no, I feel like that you got to be, that's
right.
Like everything says you got to turn down
it's
everywhere
rude.
I've ever lived.
Yeah.
Because from all different areas.
I think so. But I also don't want to be a classist, racist piece of shit. So keep me posted, you guys. If you want to add to the argument, I would love to hear it.
Yeah.
One thing I think we're all in favor of is therapy.
Love it. Favorite. The
right?
best.
You got to talk to somebody. You got stuff to deal with. And you're relying on your friends, and they don't want to hear it. So...
So I would say, do you want Sarah advice or do you want Sarah therapist advice? Sarah the friend advice or?
Yeah, it's two totally different things. So if you want actual correct advice and helpful advice, go check out BetterHelp because maybe you would be comfortable because they offer video, phone, and live chat only. You don't have to be on video if you don't want to, and you don't have to go anywhere. So maybe that's a good fit for you because there's some flexibility there. And we all have problems. Right? So...
As we always say, it's hard being a human.
Yeah. This guy that wrote that article could talk about how he's like wanting to be real loud and no one will let him. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/braincandy. That's betterhelp, HELP.com/braincandy. All right. Well, the jury's out on that one. I'll keep you posted what I learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
And next up, I read this article in the New York Times this morning, and it resonated with me because I have had a similar experience. It was about a woman, a journalist, who was covering an execution, death penalty, right?
Ooh.
So she goes to the jail,
Ooh.
and she is told that her skirt is too short to cover an execution. Now, that's an interesting...
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my entire life. What's the problem? He's going to take too many sexy thoughts into the underworld with him?
Right.
What are
so
Come on. What's happening here?
What's the journalists are in a room, and they brought up all the
Who
women...
are we doing this for?
They brought up all the women and forced them to measure their skirts in front of their male...
This is happening now? Now.
Yes, interesting in a post-Roe v. Wade world that is happening now. Because,
oh my God.
You know, everything is sort of up for debate now. So they made them measure their skirts in front of their male colleagues.
What's the length? I'm sorry. Excuse me. What's the correct length for slut versus journalist? Where's the mark?
What's the slut length?
Yeah, and who's creating this length? Who is the one who decided? Come on.
Now, to refresh your memory, when I went to visit Jerry Sandusky in jail, I wore slacks with a cashmere shell top, and then a blazer over that. Mm-hmm. And then when I went to go through the thing, they said, oh, you got to take your blazer off. You're not allowed to wear a blazer, which I didn't know. So I put that in the locker, and then I was wearing sleeveless. Well, that's not allowed. You can't wear sleeveless.
Oh, my God. This only affects women. This is only
for women. So you should dress like fucking Paula Poundstone with a man's suit and tie, and you'll be good to go, everybody.
My God. This is so fucked up because the clothing that they make for women is not allowed in the areas that you can't wear the clothing that they've deemed appropriate for women. And if you wear the clothing that is appropriate, then you get labeled as not
a lesbian. Usually.
Womanly enough.
Yeah. Okay, it gets worse, if you can believe it.
Or a real battle axe. Fuck off.
Yeah, and then she got hysterical and shrill. Okay.
Kill me now.
So then...
I'm going to get hysterical and shrill over this.
Listen to me.
Oh, God.
Okay. So she goes to change and has to borrow waders, like fishing waders.
Oh, my God.
Okay. So she puts the waders on. Now she looks like a jackass.
Yeah, of course.
With these waders on. And they said, well, now we can't let you in because your shoes are open-toed. And so you can't wear those shoes. So now she goes back out to her car, puts on tennis shoes. She's wearing tennis shoes, waders.
Oh my God.
And she's like, I was appropriately dressed before. They say to dress like you're going to a funeral, so I did.
Yes.
But now I'm wearing waders and tennies.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
At an execution, how is that respectful?
Which looks insane. Right. It's not at all.
And so she said she wanted to see the dress code. The jail has a dress code.
Yeah. That's what let's see it.
So
please.
They did have a skirt length policy, but they did not have an open-toed policy. And she is appealing to the governor to deal with it. Thank God. Hopefully something will happen. But it is just it's sort of like the laughing while black thing. It's just like working while woman.
Yeah. 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 The clothing that they sell, like this is what's available to women. Then you purchase that. And then they say, no, I'm sorry.
And
because
just so we're crystal clear,
I can't even
journalists, which on Patreon, I've interviewed a woman who's a newscaster. So we've talked about this. A journalist.
Oh, yes.
On television, local news, if they don't look sexy, people are furious. They want newscasters that are appealing. Well, women, they don't care about what the men look like. And so it is a catch-22. You think, well, why can't you wear your snowsuit and for real dress like Paula Poundstone? Well, the reason is because she would be fired if she actually did wear that all the time.
She wouldn't get her job. Somebody else would get that job.
So I'm mad about it.
Yeah. I get that.
Thanks.
I'm mad about that too.
It's just insane. I'm glad it was in the New York Times, though. That's encouraging to me because you want to get as many eyeballs on this as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like that's going to really make a difference. Like, what does 1 inch do?
Right.
Like, it's when you can point to things like no exposed nipple. Okay, I'll say fair to that. When you can say no visible butt cheek. Okay, I can agree to that. No problem.
Well, because
there are things that we can agree.
For both genders.
Correct.
All the genders.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Then there's things we can measure, things we can no exposed genitalia. Okay,
fine. No
problem. But there's really nothing. The difference between a 4-inch long skirt and a 6-inch long skirt to the, pedophile, rapist, whatever that you're talking to ain't going to make much of a difference. Sorry about it.
And let's not forget that she's going to a place where we are legally murdering someone.
Come on. For fuck's sake.
Right?
Help me.
That's what we're mad about. She has open-toed shoes, and you're going to murder this guy? Okay.
Yeah, right.
All right.
This is what. Okay.
Worked up. I've decided to hate pickleball.
Oh, really? But not pickles.
No, I love pickles.
Loves pickles. Hate pickleball.
Sarah,
can't say I've played pickleball.
I was just going to say, I'm shocked that you have not played pickleball. I
do like to say it.
That is the worst thing about it.
Pickleball.
Why is it called that, number one? That is the worst name ever.
Because you're stuck in a pickle. It's going back and forth between somebody, when somebody's on first base and second base and there's a runner in between and they're trying to get on and
steal.
You're throwing the ball back. Not necessarily steal. It could be just these in between bases, and that's what they call it, being in a pickle.
I mean, I know the phrase "I'm in a pickle."
Yeah, but how that applies to sports is so I think that they kind of took that and applied it
Well, that's stupid. I hate it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
I also feel like it's only a matter of time before you do start playing it.
I agree. I can see, as soon as you said it, I'm how close is racquetball? I could be a member of a racquetball club. My parents were and for some reason I have this connection in my mind between racquetball and bagels because I think I used to go with my dad or mom to their racquetball games or practices. And then afterwards we would get a bagel. So right now I'm I can really have a nice Sunday.
And a pickle.
Bagel
Jewish.
And a pickleball.
You think I'd love this.
Right, Suze.
I don't. And
tell me what you hate about it.
The name isn't the
worst
worst
is it about?
part. The people that play it remind me of those people that live in Hermosa Beach and never grow up.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? Like Peter Pan syndrome, where they think this is so fun and great. And it's like, why don't you have children or volunteer?
Is pickleball that? Is that it? Ooh, that might.
I think it might be.
I'm trying to think. I think it might be
because it's the same people that like volleyball. I swear.
It is. Now, volleyball, I'll get on board with that it is. And the other one I'm thinking right now is that new smash ball thing that people like to play.
What is that one?
Net that you see at the beach? It's like a newer game.
That's spike ball.
Spike ball.
Yeah, that one I'm into.
Spike ball.
Because I think everyone knows. Yeah, because everyone knows that spike ball, it's sort of like cornhole. It's like a fun little thing. They're not trying to get in the Olympics or be an official.
Hermosa Beach spike ball people are.
See, I think
maybe
Beach
spike ball
is the
might be the new but might be Hermosa Beach's new pickleball, and pickleball might be everybody else's. You know,
as far as I know, people that play spike ball know their place. They know it's just a fun thing you do in a parking lot waiting to go into a concert or something. Whereas pickleball people, they're trying to take over tennis, and that is not happening. Let it go.
Do you think it's, I don't like tennis, which is why I think I will like this.
They say it's like ping pong, but like where if you stood on the table. That's what pickleball is, which I think you would really love.
What's the difference between racquetball and pickleball?
The wall, I think.
Oh. Do you have to have partners for this pickleball thing?
Yeah.
I don't want that. I'm a solo player.
After Johnny took the money, you're like, no more teams.
For sure. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't ride in any duo. I'm surprised they even got on that tandem bicycle. I'm not.
Right,
I'm getting a solo kayak. I want my own. We're not. No.
Even kayaks.
I'm not doing anything. Oh, I'm definitely solo kayaking.
That's really funny, Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The other thing I hate about it is it's funny because we just talked about the noise problem, but that's a big problem because pickleball is more close quarters than tennis. So people are very loud and like talk to each other the whole time. And also the thwack of the ball is louder than a tennis racket. And so neighbors are fucking furious about all this pickleball action. And I'm like, I don't like that. I like silence.
Thing. Susie, I have some bad news.
Tell me.
You like everything about Eli except there's one thing I think that and he's like, should you tell Susie?
Oh my God.
Like, maybe she should just find out on her own.
Tell me. Oh God.
He's the whistler.
Sarah! I truly could not have thought of a worse thing.
I was like, which one's more fun to not tell her and have her find out organically, which will be equally as exciting because he's a whistler.
Where is he whistling?
Everywhere.
In public?
To everything.
Oh my God.
I thought I was the whistler. Nope, I'm with the whistler. It's fine. I'm fine with it.
Okay. Listen. Oh my God. This is an emergency.
Emergency.
Is it, in your opinion, I already know the answer, but is it, in your opinion, attention-seeking behavior?
No.
Why not?
Oh
my God, this is
tragic. I think it's more caught up in the moment behavior.
What moment?
But the music that's around. Like, whenever there's music around, he's...
Think about how much I love music.
I know.
I am never audibly doing anything.
Think about this. I'll ask him.
He likes. He wants
seeking behavior.
Is he an extrovert? Like he wants people to like chat with him. This is what they do. It's their way of being like, "Hey, I'm here. Anybody want to talk?"
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna ask him. I wonder if he'll change things.
Why would he do that? So he was. Wait, you're telling me.
Why would he enjoyably hum a tune? Why would he do it?
See, this is proof I hate noise.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what made me think of this, is because I think that you are just somebody who's a highly sensitive person, so you don't like noise.
It's
and
invasive.
You are somebody who grew up not rich, so you're like, wait a sec.
It's
I'm
not
poor and I love quiet.
Yeah, because that's the same reason I don't like farts also, because they invade my nose space.
Oh, yeah. I hate that. I don't like that either.
So I don't like anything that encroaches. Mm-hmm. Okay, wait. So he was out and about whistling and you were like, hey, guess what? Susie hates that.
He was whistling and I looked at him and I was like, bad news. I was like,
you had to break it to him.
Something. I was like, I know who you are. You're the whistler, aren't you?
God, it's like a villain.
I said it.
It's a Batman villain, the whistler.
You're the whistler. And I was like, Susie's not going to like this.
And what did he say?
And he was like, should we tell her, or do you think
did
she
he
find
inquire
out
why?
No, I don't think so.
There was no curiosity about why I distaste whistling so much. Probably because he knows it's terrible. He doesn't need to ask why.
Probably.
Deep in his heart.
I know it's terrible. I do it.
Why are you doing it?
I don't know. I can't help it. When Whitney Houston comes on and I'm in, Dick's Sporting Goods, your girl's got to whistle.
Are you serious? You can't just hum internally?
I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
Sometimes I hum externally.
Well, you're also attention seeking, this adds up.
Oh my God. I am attention seeking.
You are.
Am I?
Sarah,
or
is that
am
really
I just
a question?
trying to, or I can't, or should we all just be allowed to freely express our...
That's what the Atlantic author was saying. Why does my comfort supersede your joy? See? Now you're seeing the other side.
I'm kind of on the side of this other. Yeah. But like, it's okay in Dick's Sporting Goods.
Inside? That is the worst. Maybe outside walking to your car. Maybe. I'm in an enclosed space. There's nowhere I can go. And I got to hear your dumb whistle.
I mean,
it's mostly men that do it too. It's not usually women. You're unusual.
Yeah, my mom does it too.
Get out of here.
Oh, she's a big time whistler.
It's like a genetic defect.
I know it really. I think it is. I think it might be like this could be genetic.
Is she a really good whistler, and is Eli a good whistler?
Oh my gosh, yes, both of them
are.
See,
they're showing off their whistling.
I am not though. So what's wrong with me?
Well, yeah, I think you're genuinely joyful.
This is true.
But I think
I am joyful.
Your mom maybe, I don't know, because I haven't heard it. But Eli, since we're talking about it, he's
a good whistler.
He wants everyone to know he's like really good at whistling.
I'm going to have to ask him. Next time he whistles, I'm going to be like, what's happening right now?
Even if Whitney Houston herself were in Dick's Sporting Goods and her song came on, she would not sing along because it's rude.
Yes, she would.
No.
Whitney would.
There's no way.
Mariah would.
Mariah would. You're right.
Yeah.
Yes, she would.
Beyonce would not.
No, because it's weird and rude.
Madonna would not.
No. Who else would? Mostly men.
Britney would.
Oh, my God. Right. All the unhinged weirdos.
And then when you say Whitney, I'm like, ooh, it's like post-1998 Whitney, too, who's doing it, not pre. Who else would? Christina would not. Gwen Stefani could go either way.
Well, I think she would if there were men around. She would want them to.
You're right.
Yeah.
This is such a fun game to play. This is a great game. Would they whistle to their own music?
Let's name.
And in what situation? This is my new favorite game.
Male artists.
Okay, male artists.
Michael Jackson? Absolutely not.
John Legend? No.
Stevie Wonder?
No.
Absolutely not.
Steven Tyler?
Yes! Weirdo, see? Totally. Yes, we have cracked the whistling case.
Such a fun game. Yes.
Steven Tyler.
Yes.
That's
Jason Derulo? Yes.
Yeah.
He's all on TikTok. Yep, he's definitely
Carlos
doing that.
Santana?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Oh my God, this is so great. All the members of KISS.
Yes.
Actually, probably 2 of them know, but Gene Simmons
we don't know their names because we don't know their names.
Yes.
Yeah. We've learned so much. And do you think he'd be willing to change, Eli?
You know,
or does he?
It's like anything. I think first awareness has to come. So like I feel like it's one of those things. If I just ask him,
but you love it.
Like I know I love it, so it's no problem. And he's a good whistler. I also really like I like when people hum. I like when people have a song in their heart and they share it.
Even men.
I mean,
I don't want
the ones I like.
They are.
I like this until I hate it. Like it's one of those things. It's like
you want to be like that's enough.
The same things that I like. 5 years from now, I'm going to be like, oh, for fuck's sake! If he whistles one more time, I'm going to. Yeah.
Right. I just have to wait this one out.
Yeah, you just have to wait this one out. It'll be totally different years from now. I'm sure.
In your case, and theoretically in Eli's, do you think that this just happens? You don't even know you're doing it. It's just like
correct.
Oh, it's unconscious.
I think it's
involuntary whistling.
I think it's a little bit of because I like dance. I like kind of. Sometimes I kind of dance and
work up to
not
it.
know about it. Yeah, and I'll like. I just say Whitney Houston because I recently did this in line getting ice cream, and like the woman who was like at the counter was watching me, and like Eli was like, she's been singing along with you the whole time, and I was like clueless that like,
singing to me is less offensive.
Well, you say that because you can sing well. If I were singing, you'd be more offended by my singing.
No, I would like it a little more. I would still be like, okay, that's enough of that after 2 seconds.
I can hit better notes with my whistling. Yeah, definitely. No, maybe not.
So he has a joy in his heart. It just comes out. He doesn't even realize he's doing it.
Probably. He knows he's the whistler.
Correct.
And we've talked about this. It'll be fun to talk about next time I catch him doing it.
I did not see it coming. Like even when you said like I got bad news.
Yeah.
Not in my wildest dreams.
Yeah. I was like, this is going to be a thing. Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I need to write like a think piece about this because I want to know if like other people know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'll never forget when we were in Brazil and there was the man who wouldn't stop whistling in the courtyard. Little area in the courtyard, and Susie was furious. She's like, I'm going to go down there and I am going to jam that broom down his throat if he whistles.
It was like a banjo night.
No.
Because it gets like it starts and I'm like, boy, I hate that, and then it just continues like it did at banjo night, and then eventually I just erupt.
Right. Well, because now you're fixated on it because you can't stop thinking about it, and that's what you're focused on. Yep, for sure.
So stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know what my problem is, but let's wind down because now I'm all worked up.
Yeah.
No, because I think it might be what the causes
the noise
it.
Yes.
Like maybe I think it's, like I said, attention seeking, or maybe something else. And I need to investigate this internally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Paul Newman.
It's fun to watch anyway.
Very sexy, Jewish, gorgeous man.
Very delicious salad dressing and cookies.
Yeah, both of those things.
I would love to hear what your favorite Newman.
Fig Newmans.
Newman's Own.
Fig Newmans, obviously.
Those?
No,
really?
I just wanted to say it.
Right? It is funny.
It's the dressing.
Newman's Own.
The dressing, I buy it.
Newman's Own.
The vinaigrette, balsamic.
Yes. It's so good. No, the cheesy Italian.
I've never had that.
There's like an Italian one that's like kind of cheap. Like
those are like two of my favorite things.
Yeah, it's so good. Get that one.
Okay.
And the Caesar one. And I love how they dress them up in the little Caesars.
It's so cute.
It's cute. I love it.
I love it too.
Yeah. Now I'm hungry.
Rich people love silence. We don't know. We're going to have to ask you guys. We'll do a poll and stuff. Yeah. Because I don't know.
Yeah.
About
I'm
that.
interested to hear. And I'll read that article, see what's up.
Yeah. I don't like it. Don't forget to wear your waders to jail.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe this one. I mean, I can. But
I'm fearful about the things that are going up the pike for us ladies.
Me too.
We'll see what happens. Pickleball, thumbs down.
Susie hates it.
If you guys love it, please make your case. Like, tell me.
What if Eli were like, oh my gosh, I'd play in a league?
I could be convinced about pickleball, but not whistling.
Wow. Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
I do think I'm going to laugh later about how you said you only do solo sports now. Like solo stuff.
I'm out. No more pair.
Was that a conscious thing, or you just realized like you're not interested in those things anymore? Team sports.
No, I realized that. I don't know if it was conscious. Like, they're just easier to do the solo ones.
Sure is.
Yeah. Nobody steals your money.
That's right. All right. Well, thanks for listening, you guys.
We love ya.
Have you bought our merch? Because it's real cute and everything.
Oh my gosh, our green shoes. I just love them.
I love them all.
It's real special.
See you next time.
Bye.